All right, good morning and welcome back to our channel, Princess Seat. Today remains the 1st of September 2025, and I congratulate everyone for coming into a new delivery month. And as we step into September, we do so with one key understanding. Time has already been spent. Promises have been made and progress have been recorded. But delivery, which is the ultimate goal, has not yet been achieved. The previous months have come and gone, filled with updates, assurances, stakeholder meetings, back and forth communications. Yet, at the end of each month, we are left waiting. This new month cannot follow the same precedence or pattern. September must be different. Now, the reality so far, let us face the facts without sugarcoating them. Since the beginning of the year, several timelines have been projected. None have resulted in full disbursement. Progress have been made. Yes, codes have been released. Stakeholders engaged. Technical bottlenecks have been addressed, but progress without delivery has limited meaning for those who have waited patiently for months or even years. Confidence has been tested. Expectations have been stretched. People have endured uncertainties and emotional pressure. We cannot afford to repeat these cycles again and again. September is not just another month. It must be the month when promises will turn to realities. And listen to me right now, why September is critical. September stands at a strategic point in the year beyond being the 9th month. It symbolizes finality and completion. There is no better time to close pending processes than now. Several factors make this month actually non-negotiable. The operational readiness, most of the groundwork that caused delays in previous months has now been addressed. Systems are in place, frameworks are ready, stakeholder alignments, all involved parties are reportedly on the same page now, which eliminates the friction that previously slowed down things. Then the cumulative expectations after months of waiting, any further delay could weaken the trust and confidence of the people beyond repair. So this is why September must stand out. It must be the month where all energies, all decisions and actions are directed towards delivery, not just progress reports alone. From process to results, that's what we want. It's important to understand the difference between processes and results. Yes, processes involves all the behind the scene work, the meetings, the codes, the approvals, the verifications, the compliance methodologies, etc., etc. But results actually means the actual disbursement that people are waiting for. When the expected benefit reaches the intended recipients that are meant to benefit from the source. For too long, the focus has been on processes. And while these are quite so important and essential, we cannot celebrate incomplete journeys. People are interested in knowing how much has been done internally. They want to see the end result. So this September, we must shift from process-driven updates to result-driven actions. Every step, every decision, every communication must aim at one goal, the actual delivery. We had to eliminate excuses. It has to be. In previous months, several reasons were provided for delays. The regulatory approvals, we know that was One key factors, the stakeholders misalignment, the technical integration issues, they were also part of the stuff, the data capturing and verification bottlenecks, they were part of it, and the external institutional delays also were one major factors. Yes, while this may have been valid at the time, they cannot remain permanent justifications for failing to disburse. Repeated explanations without tangible result has a way to erode trust and dampen the motivations of the masses. By now, enough time has passed for these challenges to have been resolved, or for stronger strategies to have been put in place. If there are still obstacles, they must be addressed quickly and decisively. September must allow no room for recycling excuses. We have to strengthen our communication also. One key source of frustration in previous months has been unclear communication. In other words, people have received conflicting updates. They have inconsistent timelines, and that leaves them uncertain about what is true and what is speculations. This month of September, communication must change hands. There should be clarity over ambiguities. That is to say that updates must be straightforward and transparent going forward. There must be truth over assumptions. In other words, only verified information should be shared. Then we should have actions over words. Every message must be tied to concrete milestones and timelines. Now, by adopting this approach or approaches, confidence can be restored and expectations can be managed so effectively. And I think so strongly that all stakeholders must also be aligned. The chain of delivery often involves multiple stakeholders: the local authorities, the financial institutions, the regulatory bodies, the coordinating agencies, and one major cause of delays in the past months has been this misalignment between these parties. So for September to succeed, we must ensure that there is a complete synchronization between all the key players. They should hold joint decision-making sessions where the bottlenecks within are addressed holistically in real time. They should remove the bureaucratic hurdles that slow down approvals and the implementations of these courses. I think alignment right now is no longer optional. It is the bedrock of success in September. Then I think so strongly that there should be a setup of a non-negotiable timelines, because see, without firm deadlines, processes tends to drift endlessly. In previous months, we've seen tentative projections that have collapsed just because there were no binding commitments to them. September must change this. What am I trying to say? Set a fixed delivery window within the month. Then you should hold every responsible party accountable for meeting the set timelines. Avoid some open-ended assurances that only give room for endless expectations and extensions. When people know that timelines are non-negotiable, there is a greater drive to execute matters efficiently. You just have to prioritize transparency and accountability. And in building and maintaining trust, transparency and accountability must be prioritized within this month. Recipients, I think strongly that recipients have a right to know where things stand at the moment. Decision makers must own their roles and communicate the progresses honestly. If challenges arise, they must be addressed openly, but with solutions, not just expectations and explanations wherever it applies. Without transparency, speculation will grow. Without accountabilities, deadlines will slip. So this month, there must be zero tolerance for either of them. Then to drive this right to the crest, there should be collective pressure for results. What am I trying to say? Delivery will not happen by hope alone. No. It requires collective pressure. It requires strategic follow-ups. It requires focused actions from all the involved parties. This is not about blame right now. It's not blame game. It's about driving urgency. Leadership must demand excellence and commitment to the cause. Stakeholders must feel the weight of expectations. And recipients, who are the masses, they must remain informed and engaged so that no one relaxes prematurely. Every voice, every request, every follow-up must reinforce one singular message, that September is for delivery and not delay. We must build momentum into the future. September's success is not just about closing the past delays. It is about setting a precedent for the months ahead of us. If we succeed now, trust will be restored. Confidence in leadership and systems will strengthen back again. The future initiatives will face less resistances because credibility will have been rebuilt. Now, if September fails, the opposite would happen. Trust would erode further. And that will make recovery so harder. And this is why September should be a defining month. On a final push, we are not starting from zero. Much of the work has been done already. What remains right now is the final push, the deadline, the deliberate, the coordinated effort to convert progresses into results. This involves that we should rapidly get into approvals where it is needed. There should be swift execution of pending tasks. There should be elimination of unnecessary delays at every stage. There should be maintenance of full operational readiness so that when the final signal comes, disbursement can flow without hindrance. With proper focus and commitment, there is no reason why September should not deliver. Now, I put this call to the decision makers, to those who hold the keys to this process. The time for hesitation should be over with. Every day of delay affects thousands who have waited patiently. The system has stretched people's endurance enough. September is your opportunity to redeem past failures, to fulfill long-standing commitments, to restore hope and credibility. The world is watching. Stakeholders are watching. Beneficiaries are waiting. Deliver now. We cannot continue to celebrate progress without reports and results. The previous months have shown us what is possible, but also what happens when execution falls short. September is not just another page on the calendar. It should be a deadline. It should be a turning point. It should be a final test. The message is simple. No more delays. No more excuses. September must deliver. Every plan, every action, every decision this month must revolve around one goal, and that is complete delivery. Anything less would be largely unacceptable. This is Prince's seat, and for the records, you know we are for the masses. We'll say it as it is so that people can understand where we are at this point in time. The final test should be achieved. The results should be driven out. We should be result-oriented, not just process-wise. September is your opportunity to redeem past failures, to fulfill long-standing commitments, to restore hope and credibility. The world is watching. Stakeholders are watching. Beneficiaries are waiting. We should be result-oriented, not just process-wise. In case you're new, do subscribe to our channel and hit the bell so you don't miss out on the vital updates. When we drop one for you, you have one from us. We love you and we are for the masses. Know for the records that progresses were made in the previous months, but delivery must happen in September. I wish you a happy new month. Princess, it loves you. Don't be discouraged. Don't give up hope. All is well. God bless you.